Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, me and the wife were sitting here having a little discussion, but we okay. As you can see, kind of a little short here, but before we get started, I want to reach out to anyone in the Northwest Indiana area. If you are a fan of WWE, if you are a fan of wrestling, please, by all means, look for us on Facebook, look for us on TikTok, look for us on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, and reach out to us and let us know that you want to be a part of the show so you can come on here and you could talk about your wrestling experience, the things that you love about wrestling, why you got into it, because it makes it bigger when we have more people out here to hear different opinions and hear different things about what people done. And you want to be a part of the show, by all means, just hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all those other places out here. But, we're going to get started here. And I am your host, Coach Corey. And this beautiful, intelligent woman over here to my right is...
Hey, Alexis, a.k.a. Lex.
See, you see what I got to deal with sometimes? I'll be all right. Anyways, please subscribe. Recommend the video to family and friends. Please put that thumbs up. It really does help with the views and everything else. And like I said, if you want to be a part of the show, just reach out to us. Like I said, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on Apple Music, Spotify, all of everything above. Reach out to us, and we'll gladly bring you on so you can sit here and you can talk about your experiences and things that you like in the WWE. Just not WWE. We got TNA, we got AEW, we got all those places. So we're gonna kind of try to be multifaceted in a lot of areas and things and that nature. So yeah, we can get things going on there. What else to start it? So first on topic on the list, babe, is we're gonna talk about Backlash. I didn't watch it per se because I can't remember what I was doing at home, but let's get people up a little caught up on Backlash and what were some of the matches up in there.
Well, before I get started on Backlash, I just want to say R.I.P. to Sabu. We just found that he passed away, and he was one of the great wrestlers that I grew up on in ECW. Did a little stint in WWE, so I just want to say shout out, rest in peace, bro.
R.I.P. Sabu, good wrestler. I do remember him in ECW and the things he did up over there. So he was a great wrestler. R.I.P. buddy. Rest easy, man.
Yes. But a few of the matches on Backlash that just happened this past Saturday. One of the matches in particular that really had me going was Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. That match right there, man, I'm telling you, those women went at it nonstop from the beginning to the end. There was just no stopping any of these women. I mean, they were on point. There was no stopping. Even Becky did do a few little tricks, but it was still not enough to defeat Lyra Valkyria. And so she is still the Intercontinental Champ. Even though it kind of ended kind of sour because I'm not sure if she had a broken nose and a messed up leg at the end. But kudos to both of those women. They really gave it their all both in that match. So,
what other matches did we have other than that?
We had a
Was it a 4-way or a triple threat?
There was a oh boy. There was a few offhand. Of course, the main event with John Cena and Randy Orton. So I'm trying to remember offhand most of the matches.
I know you had the United States title on the line, didn't you? With Jacob.
It was Jacob Fatu.
And Drew McIntyre.
It was Drew McIntyre, Jacob,
LA Knight.
LA Knight.
And was it a fourth person in that match?
That was Damian Priest.
Okay.
Sorry, I had a brain fart, everyone.
She has that from time to time, people. Y'all don't really understand what I deal with at home, but it's okay. Still love her.
Very funny. But yes, those four went at it as well. It was more with Drew and Damian. I think Drew got back at Drew a little bit when he did the so you bored at work and posted that. I think both of those two got injured, and it ended up in later on the ring being Jacob and LA Knight towards the end. And Jacob became victorious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that I mean. All gas, no brakes.
That's how that whole match was.
All gas, no brakes. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So, well, but how was the match, though?
The match itself, to me, it was pretty entertaining. It was nonstop. You just didn't know where it was going to go. And I didn't expect Drew and Damian to go off the rails and beat each other outside in the crowd. So it's almost like, forget this match. We need to settle whatever it is we need to settle. It was more like that.
Okay. Well, you kind of, in a way, you kind of would say expect that, in a way, if you really think about it, because they really don't like each other at this point in time.
Yeah, because Drew still blames Damian for getting the title from him in that 2.5 seconds that he had the title. So I'm sure anybody would be upset with that.
Wow. Well, hey, I mean, I don't know, Drew. You got to stop complaining, man, and just get on your P's and Q's and do what you got to do, and stop trying to blame everybody for the mistakes that happened to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it happened, and move on from it and learn it and keep on going, Drew. So come on, man, get it together, Drew.
I tend to disagree with that a little bit.
Why you going? Okay, let me hear your take on that. And you disagree with that?
Because like I said, I paid attention to Drew for a minute. As the pandemic was going, that's when he was big. Mm-hmm. Then the pandemic kind of opened up the floodgates, and now it's almost like he was forgotten. Mm-hmm. So now I had several opportunities to get to where I needed to go. Right. And it was constant interference from somebody. It was the bloodline first that interfered in my hometown. Then you had CM Punk. Then you had Damian Priest. Then you had all these people.
Damian Priest never interfered in his matches.
He threw in the Money in the Bank case.
Well, that's what he's supposed to do.
Not while I have the title and CM Punk did what he did to me.
That's the point of the whole dang on having the Money in the Bank. You never know exactly what's going to happen at any given time. You could throw it and cash it in again. Hey, it ain't my fault that you and CM Punk had a little squabble, and then I decided to come and take advantage of it. That's what you're supposed to do.
I just understand his point of view in a sense.
Man, you tripping.
No, but I'm just saying, I probably wouldn't complain about it as much, but it's just like, okay, I'm not over it. And nobody's helping me get over it. Y'all still piling on to me not getting over it. And all you doing is adding bodies to the people that I have to try to get rid of to get to my place.
I'm looking dead smack at the camera. Drew, get over it, bro. Get over it.
Drew, I understand. So bump everybody.
Don't listen to her. Trust me. It is a bad thing to be listening to her. Now, hey.
It is?
It's a difference. We're married. You know what I'm saying? We talking about like from different point of views. Hey, get over it, Drew, and keep on moving, man. Keep on packing.
Drew, handle your business. That's all I got to say. Handle your business.
You really would say something like that.
Yeah. Handle your business.
For Drew McIntyre?
Yes.
Mr. Crybaby, I gotta see here. Oh, you CM Punk, you screwed me. Okay, now every time I got screwed, here was Damian Priest pick up the pieces. Man, quit crying. Quit.
Handle your business, bro.
All right. Anyways, so another matchup in there was Gunther versus Pat McAfee. Was that really more of a match or just a slaughter?
That was a slaughter. I'm sorry. Pat, I like you, but everybody knew, including yourself, this was not the match. I mean, Gunther, come on. The ring general, come on.
How long did the match last?
it went too long because everybody knew Gunther had him many occasions, but he just didn't. Don't get me wrong, Pat fought back. Pat gave whatever he could. He gave it his all.
Right.
But come on, Gunther. But I understand the whole reason why that match had to happen. I mean, as announcers or anybody else that is on the air and they give their facts and then they give the opinions or whatever, it wasn't right for Gunther to attack Michael Cole or Pat McAfee because they had their opinions or facts or whatever it was that set him off. You should just take your ball and run with it. Because everybody's going to have something to say. Anything that you do, especially if you do it in the public, everybody's going to have something to say, whether it be good, bad, or ugly. So, and at that time, we knew Jey Uso was the underdog. And he won the title. And just let it be. So obviously, yeah, everybody's going to root for the underdog. Because like he even says so himself, 80% of the time since he's been there, he's always been some type of champ.
Right.
And he's always had some type of gold or whatever.
So now he taking out his frustration on him because he don't have no title.
Not only does he not have a title, but the fact that they spoke up against him, so to speak, and just said, you know, like, you doing too much, or I think he shouldn't have done this, blah, blah, blah. I mean, again, these are all opinions.
Right.
But the fact is, we know Gunther is one of the best wrestlers that's in there right now. And yeah, since he's been there, he's always had a title. And unfortunately, he got beaten by Jey Uso. And yeah, they're going to speak on that. Because yeah, they always out there, they're yeeting with him and everything.
Man, who wouldn't yeet?
Yeah, so they looking like, okay, so obviously you're not biased. Because you're out here yeeting. Y'all, in Gunther's defense, he'll say, well, y'all supposed to be unbiased. Y'all supposed to be out there calling the match. You're not supposed to be siding who you like. That's like something you do behind closed doors. Not when you're announcing on the mic, you know, who is and who isn't.
Right.
But at this point, like you said, every Monday that he's out there, they're yeeting along with him. So he's like, so obviously, you know, y'all wrong. That was his point. Y'all wrong for doing that. And then y'all talking stuff against me. So yeah, I attacked y'all, which is not right, by the way. You can't attack announcers. They don't do that for a living. They do not get in that ring. So no, you cannot attack.
Hey, well,
you can't attack them.
Tell that to Michael Cole when he attacked Jerry the King Lawler.
Well, that's the time that Michael Cole was being a bad butt. And it wasn't just Jerry the King Lawler. At that point, it was everybody was gunning for Michael Cole at that time. But again, and then on top of that, Gunther, you as young as you are versus Michael Cole, no offense, a little older. Come on. Seriously. But like I said at the beginning, I get where Pat McAfee was coming from. Like, hey, you know, leave him alone. You shouldn't even been picking on him.
I take it Gunther choked him out.
Yeah, but one thing, Pat never tapped out. He passed out. So that's what made the match significant. And even at the end, Gunther had to tip his hat off to him. He gave him a respectable nod at the end of the match because he really didn't tap out. He passed out. So he gave it his all.
So what you think next for Gunther then?
Well, as stated, Jey Uso is supposed to be taking on your favorite guy, Paul Logan. Or Logan Paul.
Logan Paul don't even mention that.
Logan Paul. He's taking on him for the title, and whoever wins, Gunther is doing his rematch with either one. So that's what's going on with Gunther.
So Gunther, Logan Paul, whoever win that, the number one contender.
Well, Jay, whoever wins that match, because the title is on the line. So whoever wins the title.
Whoa, time the hell out. Time. So all of a sudden, once a fucking again, Logan Paul gets a damn title match. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Really?
Well, he's been gunning for that title for quite some time.
What has he done? He ain't really did shit to earn that right.
Look, I totally agree with what you're saying with that. I don't think Logan Paul has been there long enough.
Thank you.
Or even being there with everybody else to even be at the top tier of everybody else. There's so many top tiers up there. You should be like NXT bottom.
Like he just cutting the fucking line. Why? It's because he, you know what I'm saying? He's a YouTuber. He's all this, man. Fuck all that shit, man. Get to the back of the motherfucking bus. Way in the back of the bus. And work your way up like the Miz did. Work your ass up. Come on. To the back of the bus, man. I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, but he was calling out Jey Uso since he won the title. And he was saying most of the stuff that everybody else was saying. So Jey wants to shut him up. And Jey wants to be a fighting champion. So he's like, yeah, I'll take you on. And that takes place next Saturday on Saturday Night's Main Event.
Saturday Night Main Event, okay. So we had Gunther, we had Becky and
Lyra,
and we had the U.S. title. It was how many matches total? Was it 4 or 5?
It wasn't that many. I want to say it was maybe about 5.
So what was the other match other than Randy Orton and John Cena then? If you said it was about 5.
So there was actually you can probably look that up too.
Wasn't no tag team titles on the line?
Not that I can recall. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart today.
Yeah, your brain seems to be off a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
But a lot of it too was the matches. They probably could have been a little bit better, in my opinion. Which is probably why I'm forgetting most of these matches except for like the main ones. I know it was Dominic in there, I believe.
Did Dominic wrestle for his title?
And of course he retained it.
Who did he fight?
Was it Penta?
So
Help me out.
You had Gunther. Oh yeah, it was Penta.
Okay.
He fought Penta.
That's help me out.
In the Fatal Fadeaway match. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you're right. So how did that match really go? Was it a match? Was it worth watching? Did they really give the people a good show?
I think if it was just Penta by himself and Dominic by himself, but it felt like it was Penta versus Judgment Day.
So here's Judgment Day once again to interfere. And see, that's what, okay, now, that's why I'm coming at, is like, if Dominic want to be known as a good champion, Judgment Day needs to stop interfering. Just stay the hell out of it. Don't interfere with nothing. Just let me do this on my own, you know?
I think that's the beauty of it, though. Because I need help with retaining this title.
Yeah, but he just got it, and you seen the way the crowd reacted to him when he won it at the WWE
and
WrestleMania.
And they still reacting to him the same way.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but why does it always have to be? See, that's the thing I don't be liking half of the dang time. If you're just not getting there or you getting there, it always got to be someone interfering in your matches instead of you being able to hold this title on your own, being able to stand on your own dang on 10 toes. Somebody got to come and interfere always. I understand it's a storyline. I get it.
That's the beauty of being a bad guy.
Man.
It's never one-on-one. You got to have your people come down there and help you.
The Bloodline didn't always interfere Roman's matches. And he held his own.
You need to rewind some of them matches, buddy.
I said they didn't always interfere in most of his matches.
Yeah, I want to say majority.
Man.
It's tradition.
Do you want to walk home today?
Well, I'm just being truthful. You've been watching wrestling for a very long time. As maybe not as long as I have, but the tradition.
Yes, I know it's tradition. When you got factions are always going to interfere in your match, and I'm getting damn tired of it.
Man, it's been going on since it's been going on. You can take that all the way back to the Heenan family. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember the Heenan family.
Do you remember the interference from the Heenan
Yes,
family?
I do.
Okay, you could go back there. Do you remember back in Attitude Era, you had the Nation of Domination?
I remember that.
You remember that biker crew that they had?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Latinos that they had?
Yeah, and I remember Undertaker and his little acolytes and everything
You
else.
remember Kai and Tai?
Yeah, I remember that.
And what was the tradition? It was never a one-on-one. Somebody always came down and interfered.
Yeah,
so
it's a
what
bunch
makes
of
the difference?
And don't get me started on the goddamn on what did Triple H call themselves at the time when it was him and Stephanie?
The game?
No. When it was him and Stephanie and Vince, they called themselves something else. I can't remember the name they used, but I can remember that. And I couldn't stand that then neither.
Other than I think they had the corporation and then they had other two.
Man, get out of here with all that. So, with all those matches going on, what was the best match?
I have to give it to the ladies on that one.
Don't look at me like that.
Because even John Cena and Randy Orton, come on.
How was that match?
That was straight up crap. Let me tell you why. Randy Orton should have defeated John Cena like 4 times, but for some reason the referees just couldn't keep it. Not the fact they count, they kept getting knocked out.
Oh, God.
And then they sent another referee out, and he got knocked out. And even the crowd ended up counting for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was just constant that. And John Cena kept cheating, trying to hit him with the belt and all that, which he ended up doing anyway, which is how he retained.
So now John Cena is known as a cheater now. I'm calling it. He's known as a cheater now. Get out of here with all that crap, man.
And then after all of that, I heard the crowd go, "Thank you, John," because I've been his last time wrestling there since we're on his retirement tour.
Man, forget John Cena's wrestling tour and everything else. I ain't trying to hear all that crap, man. It's ridiculous.
I done told you from the beginning, I was never a John Cena fan.
Yeah, you told me that. So, what happened on Monday Night Raw yesterday?
Let's see. Well, it started off with CM Punk was speaking his mind, and Seth Rollins came out along with Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman.
Right.
And Braun was about to handle business, and then Seth came and jumped in. Then Sami Zayn jumped in. Then they were getting beat up. And then finally Jey Uso comes in, even it out. Get them all out the ring. So that was the starting of it. They had a few matches in there where they had a New Day. They were commentating at the time. It was the Viking Raiders. And they was taking on the Creed brothers. And whoever won that already get the #1 contendership to go up against New Day.
Right.
Becky came out and spoke her mind, basically telling the crowd and everybody else, basically gave him the middle finger. Because y'all was never for me. I did all this for y'all.
Here she go with that.
Yep. And that was out of that. And then the main event, which was, I'm just skipping through the whole thing. We'll just talk about the highlights mostly, but the main event, you had Io Sky with Rhea Ripley taking on Julia and Roxanne Perez.
Okay.
And Io and Rhea won. Now that was a very good match. I believe that was just like the best, so that should have been the main event.
Right.
No interference. Everybody was doing the do. But Rhea's still gunning for that title. So she's like, Io, I like you, but get ready.
And where's Bianca at? Bianca just set off in the cut.
Bianca got injured, so she's going to be out for a little bit.
She's going to be out for a little bit.
And she hurt her hand.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a quick update. We just talked about Backlash and most of the matches, and according to my love over here, she's saying that the women had the best match, which, I mean, I didn't watch it, but from all the screaming I was hearing upstairs with that That was
First of all, I wasn't screaming.
you was doing something up there.
Nah. It was crickets.
Cause I'm sitting downstairs and I'm looking like, man, what the heck is that woman upstairs doing?
Nah, you heard the TV maybe, but it wasn't me. But the real highlight of that night, I failed to mention, was when they were doing the after show of the Backlash where they did the interview. It was John Cena. And Triple H was out there talking.
Right.
And then John Cena comes out. He's like, he want to speak his piece. And then R-Truth come and interfere, which was one of the interference of their matches as well. Talking about he was his favorite guy, whatever. And John warned him. He said, hey, if you don't leave, go somewhere, it's going to be consequences.
Right.
And he wouldn't stop talking, so his consequence was to go through the table.
Oh, gosh.
End of the interview, which I believe is one of the matches on Saturday night's main event. He's taking on R-Truth.
R-Truth is a comedian, man.
The funny part to me is he was always say, man, I've been watching you, since I was a little kid growing up. And I'm laughing because you wrestled long before John Cena even showed up. So I remember R-Truth in the 90s before he was even R-Truth. So I remember him wrestling all the time. And he's like, I've been looking up to John Cena.
Wow. He got R-Truth always got to throw some type of joke somewhere up in there. Like, he's my favorite wrestler. I've been looking up to him, man. R-Truth.
Well, he has been known to break characters. Or how everybody's supposed to be serious, and he just started talking, and you can see half of them, covering their face out like that because trying to stop from laughing.
Wow,
he had a lot of people breaking character.
That dude, man, I don't know what to say about R-Truth sometimes, but I mean, hey, that was Backlash and Raw and everything else, so we still got SmackDown coming up. We got NXT. NXT is tonight, right? So anything you expecting from there? Because didn't they have something recently? Well, no, that was the stuff they had before the WrestleMania, right?
Well, they have another event coming up. I don't remember, or if they even set matches up yet for it. I believe it's called Battleground.
Okay,
and that's coming up.
Yeah, so, let's talk about the draft here. When there is still no expecting what day the draft is going to be on or anything?
Nope.
Any movements you expecting?
Well, there's talks. I think Julia Rockstar Perez is probably going to be going to Raw. That's the only two. I think they might be making some moves. I think a lot of those new cats from Evolve might be going to NXT. But I haven't watched that show, so I really don't know all that's on there. Or that show that's the LFG that had like The Undertaker and Mickey James and all of them. Yeah. And they were training like a group, like maybe 3 people.
Right.
And it's like whoever is the best out of that group or whatever. I believe that's how it goes. Because they made an appearance, I think, a couple of weeks ago with The Undertaker. And it was 3 guys. They were huge. So they might be coming up to NXT soon.
My thing is, I'm looking at all the matches that happened during WrestleMania, right? And the one person I ain't seen is Cody Rhodes. Where the hell is Cody Rhodes at? Is he chilling?
That's a very good question. I don't know what's going on with Cody. Because rumors have it he might be going back to AEW since he already finished the story with WWE.
Now, why would he want to go back to AEW?
Well, he kind of started the company.
Well, I know.
He was part of the person that started the company.
Right.
And he's probably one of them things, you know how it is where I started some years ago and never finished. So let me go back. Let me get myself together, regroup.
Right.
And go back and accomplish what I've been wanting to accomplish, what she did. So who knows what's next for Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, well.
Because the sky's the limit for him.
We'll see. I mean, because then he sold off the shares of his, didn't he?
I don't know.
I could have swore he did. But I guess, well, I don't know. We're going to see what Cody is because That and then Liv and Raquel still got the women's tag team titles. Mm-hmm. We don't know what they putting together for that. Who gonna come after them?
I know Liv is filming a movie right now, so it might be a second.
What do you think about Judge? Are they heading for it? Do you think somebody about ready to leave?
Oh yeah, I think it seemed like to me it might be two versions of the Judgment Day almost the way they're acting.
Why you say that?
Because you have Finn Balor over here, and then it's like you have Dominic Mysterio on the other side, kind of a little bit,
right?
And then you got Raquel, and almost like Carlito. They might be over there, and then you might have Finn and JD Moderna. He's just kind of like in the middle,
right?
In a sense,
because he just got back,
from injury. And he seemed very loyal to Finn Balor. Probably more so than anybody else.
Right.
And like I said, I get where everybody's coming from on that because he's supposed to be a group. And it's like all of a sudden one day it's all about me, not about y'all.
Right.
So I feel like that's what Finn is putting out there. Since he is kind of like the OG of the group right now. Next to Carlito. I say between those two. The Carlito's just chilling. So,
right.
But the way things keep going on, I say there's going to be a rip in there somewhere.
Could be. I'm just saying I'm about tired of the Judgment. I'm about ready for them to just completely dissolve and go on their own way. But
the way for it to probably be better is if they have to do another reloop or revamp, if you will. I believe, to make things more exciting. Because remember where it started off when it was Rhea and Damien and all of them?
Right.
And how they just kept evolving. They kept changing it up. And then eventually they just like, we going to have to go do our own thing.
Right.
After they was kind of backstabbed a little bit. I think it'll probably be the same thing. Because I noticed Dominic was trying to recruit some more people. Like he's trying to get Penta up there. He's trying to get Andrade up in there. Because he felt that would be good for the group.
That ain't happening.
Well, due to what they do, Penta definitely said no.
Right.
Ray Phoenix said no. Andrade looking like a... So...
No.
And then Finn, in a way, was upset with Dominic. Because it's like, why are you getting all these people? And some of them I don't like, they don't like me. Some of them even backstab me a little bit. So why would you get somebody that backstabbed me in the group? What does that say for you?
Yeah, but he also wants that title just like Drew McIntyre won the title back.
Exactly. Everybody want that title. Everybody gunning for that title. Especially the one that Jay got. Oh yeah. Everybody gunning for that one.
Oh yeah. They thinking that's probably the easier time or whatever. Because with John Cena, man. Anyways, but I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with the Judge Day. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with the draft when it comes up.
If it comes up,
it should be coming up soon because I think the next biggest event is SummerSlam.
Well, before that, we got Money in the Bank coming up.
Oh yeah, Money in the Bank
along
is
with
gonna be good.
AAA. So and that's the same day. So
right.
you got
and then not only top of that, Tiffy Time ain't defended her title.
Probably not since she has had matches after Charlotte.
Yeah, but it ain't been a title defense.
It's been a title defense because what it is they're holding a tournament now to see who could be the next contender. But you remember they got Nia Jax nipping at the heels right now.
Right. And who was in this tournament?
I don't remember per se, but they was trying to set some up.
Yeah, it's so many different storylines on there because then now we talk about that. Nia, yeah, definitely coming back because of the way you stabbed me in the back.
And then you had Jay Cargill now. It's stepping up.
Yeah, but in her way, she still got Naomi.
So that doesn't mean anything. I want that title.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll
at this point, I'm like, yeah, you over here, but I'm going for the bigger prize here. Gotta keep your eyes on the prize.
Wow.
But at the same time, that's also a distraction too. So you got to watch that distraction as you're keeping your eyes on the prize.
Right.
So at this point, you have a bunch of people who have issues with somebody gunning for the title.
That's gonna be wild. That's gonna be really wild.
And I don't think Charlotte might not be done either. So you got to stay tuned
I
for
don't
that.
think Charlotte is definitely done. I mean,
No, I mean as far as going for a part 2
with Tiffany.
because that was pretty rough between those two.
Yeah, it was. It was. So we kind of got caught up on Backlash. We got caught up on the WWE. We got caught up on Raw, so we know what's going on there and what's been happening. So now you will be watching NXT tonight, but then also SmackDown, and we don't know what's gonna happen on SmackDown.
Not yet. They're probably gonna be talking about what happened on Backlash, who might be Jacob Fatu's next person, but also the highlight of the match too. Solo Sikoa brought in a guy by the name of, I believe it's Jeff Cobb. So
Is he Samoan?
he's Hawaiian, so it's pretty close.
Polynesian. And he brought him in, and
Yeah. So trying to get that
is he younger or
probably about the same age
because
because he has wrestled in many other places too.
who's the one that's still out? Was that Tom?
You talking about Tongaloa?
Yeah, he's still out, right? Mm-hmm. Damn, he must have had a really bad injury.
That was a bad arm injury.
Dang.
And then you still got oh my gosh. The other guy that was in there too. Bronson Reed, there we go. Bronson Reed.
Oh yeah, he's still out there. He ain't came back yet.
He's on his way back though. So you got him too. So you got all these factors now.
It's a lot. Mm-hmm. It's
So there's no telling when Tongaloa is coming back. Bronson Reed could be back real soon. And yep. And he brought in Jeff Cobb. In a minute, I wonder if it's going to be one against the other because it seems like Jacob Fatu is kind of starting his thing.
Oh wow.
And you got Tamatonga is with him, kind of, sort of, a little bit.
That's just wild.
So it's all like a whole bunch of people got a lot of things going on together.
It's crazy. So I mean, it's a lot. I mean, so we can see what's going on. All right, so moving on to the next topic, people, and please put comments in here of like, what do you think? So favorite or least favorite entrances, because we was talking about that at home. We was talking about a certain type of entrance that you like, and what's your least and your favorite entrance.
I have a bunch of them.
Okay, I mean, go ahead, go down.
Okay. Excuse me. You have I always like Bret Hart's entrance. I always like the Ultimate Warrior. You hear that music is going.
Oh yeah.
Can't say nothing about him. The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Especially how he always switches up his entrance.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely like Roman Reigns. Throw that finger up. Yeah, always put that finger up. Jerry is cool with the yeeting. You just gotta be in shape. Because I made a mistake. It was yeeting. I'm like, okay. And then hear the crowd one more time. Like, look, I'm out of breath. Yep, we gonna have to keep it there. Does that all the way up? My yeet has become a yeet.
Yeet.
No, it's more like a yeet.
Maybe I should stand on this right hand yeet. No, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
Don't go there. But that's so far. As far as the females, obviously I like Rhea Ripley's.
Mm-hmm.
And Bianca.
I like the music.
But those women get me hype. Oscar, when she came out,
yeah. You know I love Oscar's music. You know I love the way she come out, man. It's yeah.
Very entertaining. I like Io Skies.
The music is pretty dope, and how she come out and then just do a little lean back. Yeah, I like that.
You know, a lot of people make fun of her because they're like, "Are you drunk?" When you come out, but I like her entrance. That's pretty much off the top of my head as far as my favorite interest music. How about yours?
What about your least?
Oh, my least. Oh, God.
Yeah, your least favorite, my love.
My least favorite. I could not stand Shawn Michaels.
Go ahead. Go on, continue. What? Anything
could
else?
Not. It was just so corny. I wasn't too fond of the DX. I know a lot of people like DX, but I wasn't, because you in and out, unless you got eye problems. And that messed you all up. I definitely was not a fan of Hulk Hogan too much.
You ain't like the I'm a real American.
No.
Fight for the right of.
Then you gotta do the poses, and
you ain't like that.
No. No. It's like, come on, man. But everybody in that yellow and red, I guess. I don't know.
They love the yellow and red.
I definitely didn't like John Cena. That got on my nerves.
So many years and you still got the same song. You ain't try to change it up not one bit of a time.
He changed it. Like, I remember the first one was Word Life. Thugonomics.
Yeah, but then
that was
then we got on that one is
then you did an album with like 12 tracks, and you on that number. You still on number 7 or whatever track number that was for the last 20 years. Like, come on, bro, seriously, you could have picked another track.
Right.
Everybody done changed their music up at least a few times. Even Randy Orton was a few things before we started hearing voices in our head. I mean, come on, change it up. And I feel, especially now, since you want to be how you are, you could have changed your music here and there. Change it up. How with people with that dee, like, okay, now you don't care about nobody, so put on the don't care music. Don't you have a track on your album that you didn't care?
John Cena sucks.
Throw the people off. Since you don't care, throw the people off. I even one point, Dolph Ziggler, when he felt like he did, it was just one where he just didn't even play his music at all. He just walked out. Do something different.
Yeah.
Do something that matches what you're doing. Everybody done changed their name music up. Even Naomi changed it. Because remember, it was like pop, pop, pop. And now she is proceed with caution. And she put on the proceed with caution music.
Yeah.
Put that on there. Nia Jax changed it up.
Yeah, she did when she was there the first time. Then she came back. She changed it up.
Change it. That's all. Even Charlotte Flair, even though it still had the same tint and the little tune, but it was still changed.
You said Charlotte?
Yeah, hers changed up numerous times.
Yeah, it did.
But she still has her father's thing in there. But everything else, she changed it up. Dang it! If you gonna be bad, do match your.
Match what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can agree with you on the Ultimate Warrior. That was one of my favorites because when you hear that music, boy, you know what I'm saying, as a kid, you get hyped. You're shaking your head, you like, and then you waiting for him, and then they come running to the ring. So that was that thing that got you hype. I did like Brett, because he came out cool. He came out with that, persona. He came out with the glasses, and I was digging that.
Ooh, Macho Man Randy Savage. Sorry.
Come on, look. Even though I know it's the graduation song, in a way you got to remember he made it cool with the entrance.
It was cool. I was like, I love it.
Yeah, he made it cool with the entrance coming out. How he do and everything, and I mean, he made it cool. He made it to the point. See, it's like you can't just have good entrance music and then not make it cool, not have some like style or flair to go with it. It's just like you're dancing and you just dancing to the beat. You like, no. If you gotta have some type of style and flair to it,
like Ric Flair's, like
right,
because his was dun 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 dun, you know,
right. And
how he came out.
For Macho Man, yeah, he did make it cool because how he came out, you know what I'm saying, with all the different colors and everything else. Like I said, I like that one. I like definitely Ultimate Warriors. You know, it is funny. I used to like Coco Beware's theme music. When he used to come out
With Frankie?
With Frankie and everything else, I was digging that.
Birdman.
One person music I didn't like as much, but I like how he came out was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Like, yeah, when he knew, to me as a kid, that was cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, blowing a fire and shit. I was, oh, that was cool to me.
Okay, when he was the actual dragon or before he became the actual dragon?
When he was the actual dragon.
Okay.
And I just thought that was cool, you know, back in the day. Oh, the Road Warriors.
Yeah.
I love that. That was cool. And he was, oh, what a rush. And I was just like, I get hyped, you know what I'm saying? It's certain things you get hyped off. One, definitely The Rock. I mean, his music is just, especially when he was gone and you didn't know when the hell he was coming back. Then you hear that, and I was like, okay, you get hype.
You got hype.
Definitely Stone Cold. You hear that glass, it's like that. And I have to admit, The Undertaker though, like that's just a classic, man. I mean, you know that. So that, and I'm sorry, you didn't like him, but I liked it. Shawn Michaels, I loved it. I love the music. I love the entrance and everything else because it made me feel like you literally was the showstopper. Like it was cool the way it would come out, you know, spin around. Then you had all the pyro, and then get up in the ring, and then you know do the spin around. And then that was good. So I enjoyed it. And Booker T,
Yeah.
can you dig it, sucker? You know, so like that was real cool. Least entrance music.
Oh,
Well, hold up.
You've got one. Goldberg.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, Goldberg, man, that right there, that really just got me hyped. And especially you're sitting there in the smoke, and then you know, pyro go off, whatever else. I have to admit, when he came back, about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, Cody Rhodes, when he came back with that, wrestling has more than one royal family. I have to admit, I like that. That was like, I was like, damn, Cody, you know, American Nightmare. And then his fathers. I like the American Dreams.
There you go, get that cowbell.
You know what I'm saying? You just come out dancing and everything else. I like Rhea's. I definitely like Rhea's. I like Bianca music. I like the way she do come out. Charlotte is cool. Charlotte's definitely cool. Oh, Jade Cargill. I love her shit. I love the way Jade come out and everything else. And actually, this new Bailey, when Bailey got rid of the Huggaboo and all that shit, and she came out the way, I was like, okay, Bailey, I'm feeling you. You know, you changed it up. Like, wow, like damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think anybody else that I can think of, maybe like even then or like now that I like. Oh, I forgot my boy Roman. I like that. I like Roman and I like Seth. Seth comes out so like unpredictable half times, and then I just love when he just get in the ring and everybody just singing his music. He just that to me that's cool. I even like when the Shield came out.
Oh yeah.
I even liked when they came out.
Can you repeat it?
I know it goes what? Echo.
It's spelled shield, so the first one be a S.
I be playing the game so much and it's crazy that I can't even remember all that shit. I know Echo, Lima.
That's the end.
Yeah. And I forgot what the H was for and what the S was for. But I know they're using code.
Hotel.
Yeah, for like military and all
But
that.
that's what they do, so they put in code words. Sierra, Hotel, Indigo, Echo, Lima.
Shield.
Got the D.
Yeah.
Delta.
Delta and then Shield. But yeah, it hit. It's good. And then like I say, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Because my wife caught me when we was watching WrestleMania and I was in my lazy boy yeeting. When Jay came out, that was good. But I have to admit, Jimmy's is a little bit better, the music.
I told you that. I like Jay, but Jimmy, when that beat takes off that it start getting you, and then
Yeah. I like the Usos. When they were together, I like that shit.
Now, which one? Because you remember when they first came out, when they was kind of doing the Islander type of thing?
No, I ain't like that one. I'm talking about when they switched it to the second.
When they became heel.
That's when they ding, ding, ding. I like that.
Down since one day-ish.
Yeah. It's the
Down since one day-ish.
Penitentiary. Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, one day-ish.
And then I was just sitting here thinking about another person interest I like. And it hit me right as we was talking about theirs. I didn't have no problem with Rey Mysterio. 619 booyaka booyaka. Especially when he would come out, and I remember he used to come from the floor.
No, the first one. Who's that jumping out of the sky? R-E-Y. That's what I remember. That's when he would come up. Because he's jumping out the sky before he became them.
So
the booyaka booyaka.
Those are some of the ones that I know that I like. Least favorite ones that I don't like. Was not a big fan of the like you. Not a big fan of Hulk Hogan's. You know that I'm like, okay, you know, it as a kid it didn't get me hype. It didn't get me hype. It was just that I wasn't a big fan of, like, say now. I can't stand LA Knight. Can't stand his music.
Yeah.
Don't like it. You know what I'm saying? What everybody's saying, LA Knight.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, but then I'm not a big fan. Gunther is okay, but he just come out just like he's straight business. Like, you know, that's what it is. Fallon Henley over in NXT. I'm not a big fan of her music. It's just all right. Cora Jade, I didn't really one dig in the music too much. Shotzi, I wasn't really digging that. Oh man. And anybody else? The Heenan family, I wasn't feeling that music.
They never had no music.
I thought they did.
No.
They didn't?
No.
Yokozuna's, I was not a fan of. I just thought it was just a little bit too.
Well, he had to play a Japanese character, so man, got to bring the Japanese music.
I guess I like the ones with a little bit more flair, a little bit more pop to it. Like,
well, remember our son used to play Umanga's theme song all the time.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Did I like Dane Bryant's? Not much.
I didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Every time I heard that song, I kept thinking of that cartoon with Bugs Bunny.
And I definitely did not like Nikki Bella's. I couldn't stand her shit. I couldn't stand it. It just.
Well, the Bella twins had their combined.
Yeah, but I just couldn't. I couldn't stand it. It was boring to me. I'm looking like, man.
You can look, but you can't touch.
Yeah, like, man, shut up. Man, I ain't got all time for all that.
But you just don't like the Bella twins altogether.
No, not a big fan. But yeah, I just like, you know, I like it. Gotta have some type of flair to me. Like I say, I remember when Cody first came back and he would come from up under the floor. I thought that was cool. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think he did the WrestleMania moment at that point in time, and he came.
Well, you don't come up from up the floor. It's just like WrestleMania.
Yeah, got the little elevator that lifts you up.
Yeah, but he don't always come out.
Yeah, no, he don't always come out like that. I'm saying when he came back and he did, and they lifted him up in a little elevator, like the little spring thing, you know, to bring him up right there. I thought that was like, it's pretty cool. Yeah, leave me alone. Oh. Another one you like that you didn't say anything about, because you used to do it all the time, and I used to have to sit here and put your arms down in your leg when he came out, was Finn Balor.
Oh, the original one?
Yeah, and I used to have to be like, hold your arms down, because I'm like, stop.
Now, when you heard that at the beginning, it made you want to put your arms up.
Yeah, but that guitar was pretty tight.
Mm-hmm. Dun, dun. And the music he come out on, you can kind of do the same thing, but he don't do it like he used to.
I don't know why I ain't feeling Dominic.
Have you really heard this music?
I think so. Like, it's all right. I'm like,
I just like the fact that he is coming in on his own.
Yeah.
I do like that. Because believe it or not, he been there since the 2000s, which nobody want to give him credit
for a minute.
So, but they never seen him in the ring. But now he's in the ring, and he's kind of getting from underneath his father's shadow, which I believe that's why he did what he did.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing I never did like, is if your father wrestled and if their son wants to wrestle, the first thing that comes, are you as good as your father? And all that other stuff, like, you know, and then that puts more pressure on you.
Right.
And they're like, oh, that's Rey Mysterio's kid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, like, wait a minute. I have my own name. I have my own identity.
Right,
I have all of that. I'm a grown man at this point. Hey.
Yeah.
So now I'm Dirty Dom.
Yeah. And think another one and I wasn't too fun of. It was cool. The Nation of Domination, it was all right, but then I was like, I ain't really feeling that. I didn't like them. And NWO, I didn't like this.
That was kind of corny with NWO.
I ain't like this. Oh, but my boy Razor Marone, I love this shit. I love that shit. Him and Mr. Perfect. I love Mr. Perfect entrance.
I didn't really like Mr.
You ain't
Perfect.
You ain't like his music?
Mm-mm.
I did. Mm-mm. It was good.
I liked him as a wrestler, but
yeah, those are some of the ones that I definitely like. That was a lot. It was just those are the things that kind of like really got you hyped, and you like, oh man, yeah, like.
Well, just period. Hearing the theme music, you know who it is. It's like you said with Stone Cold, you hear that glass shattering, you know that's him.
Right.
If you hear if you smell, then you know who that is, and so forth.
Just like the Road Warriors, because what's the first thing they say before they come out?
Ooh, what a rush!
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do it like how Hawk did it, but.
That so the next topic we'll get into here, ladies and gentlemen, is favorite or least favorite wrestlers. So what are some of your favorites and what are some of your least favorite wrestlers?
Again, another long
When
list.
I ain't gonna say, like, we're not saying overrated, but just wrestlers that you don't really like them that much.
That's a long list. I'm going to start with the people of today. Even though a lot of people don't say they didn't like him too much, I'll give it to Gunther. He is one of my favorites as a wrestler. I like Seth Rollins because all the high flying and still able to move, still can do the high flying along with the technical. And he can pull either one out, so you don't never know who. Definitely like Roman. That's one of my favorites as well. I like Drew McIntyre.
I don't like Drew McIntyre.
As a wrestler.
I don't like him.
Well, to you.
You see what I get, ladies and gentlemen? You see what I get? Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm not finished, sir. Thank you.
Well, you better hurry up and be finished.
No interruptions.
I interrupt you all I want to. I'm a grown ass man.
We ain't about to get started with these right here. Anyways, moving on. I have so many. I do like Finn Balor, AJ Styles.
Oh, speaking of that, I did like his first entrance music. You used to play that every time I got in my truck.
Yes, because that's how you came out. They don't want none. Anyways. Man, so many. I do like Cody. Actually, I always like Cody, even when all the characters he played include Stardust. I don't know what it was, but I like Cody Rhodes. Going down the list. Then females. Of course, Rhea, Bianca, Asuka, Io. I do like Tiffy Time. As a wrestler.
I don't like Tiffy Time.
She is a very good wrestler. You need to watch her.
I watched her in the ring. I'm not a big fan of Tiffy Time.
And even though they're not giving him any airtime and everything, Karrion Kross is another good wrestler.
No, I can agree
they
with
need to give him some more matches. Stop sleeping on Karrion Kross, please, WWE. Get that man some more matches and give him some title shots. Thank you. Let's see. I mentioned that. Naomi, I like her. I do like Becky. Bailey is cool. And that's off the top of my head of the people that I like. Who I don't like, as you know, John Cena. Nope. Don't like him. No, I don't like Logan Paul much either. It's kind of hard with some of them that I don't like because I've actually seen them and they're good. But back to my list of people I do like, New Day. I do like them. But there's not many that I really don't like per se because this new talent that's been out has just been remarkable. And it's hard not to like them. And they give some of the good matches, one of the best matches I've seen. Some to the point you are glued to the set. It's like, I can't move. This is really good. And then some of the matches, like I said, there's a lot of people they sleeping on that's just sitting in the back. They need to bring them to the forefront. Give them some more matches. Get them going.
Speaking of like going back to interests in music, and after playing the game, the WWE 2K25 game a little bit, I like Meechum. I like how she come out because it's like the music, but then how she dances, it flows right into each other. So which is good. People I don't like, definitely can't. I don't like John Cena. I agree with you on that. I'm not a John Cena, Hulk Hogan fan. I don't like Tiffy.
You another one sleeping there. That's why they gave her thing.
I don't like Tiffy. I wasn't a big fan of Candice LeRae. I didn't see nothing there. And the one person I definitely can't stand is Chelsea Green. I can't stand her, man. I don't see nothing. I don't see. It's not nothing that really popping me. Can't stand LA Knight. Don't like him. Ludwig, that was with Gunther. Yeah, all right. Pretty
Kaiser?
Yeah.
He's not bad.
Yeah, all right. Pretty Deadly. Nope, don't like him.
There are a couple of guys that's not that bad, but they're not.
Was it DIY? Yeah, don't like him. All right.
The storyline I don't like.
Let's see who else. These Viking Raiders or War Raiders. Nah, I ain't feeling them. And the new guys that just came in, Motor Machine Guns. Yeah, Motor Machine Guns.
Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, they all right. But I ain't really seeing nothing too special about them. It's okay. But it's not like really that. Penta is still growing on me.
Oh, you got because I watched Penta for many years,
Right.
along with Ray Phoenix, and both of those two. Oh man, because
Okay.
they team together, and I think they trying to put them back together.
As a tag team?
Yeah,
They brothers.
right. But man, those are some of the best matches.
Okay.
So when they do the Lucha Libras, oh, there's gonna be some good matches.
Let me think about anybody else that I just. Oh, Drew McIntyre, not a big fan. You can give me the eyebrow all you want to. Not a big fan.
You sleeping on some skills, bro.
Shawn Michaels was okay, but I wasn't a big fan.
Yeah.
Let's say he was okay, but I wasn't a big fan. I
A
wasn't
kick? What's your finishing move? A kick.
I wasn't a big fan.
A kick.
And then wrestlers that did like Stone Cold, The Rock,
Ooh, I forgot to say Sheamus. Sheamus is my favorite.
Undertaker, Roman, Seth, John Moxley. Even though we talking about WWE, but I still like John Moxley. I liked Edge, and I liked his theme music, his interest.
You don't think you know me?
Yeah, I enjoy Edge. Obviously, I like Rhea, like Bianca, Becky, Charlotte, Io, and
How you forget Asuka?
I'm getting to her. You know, Asuka gotta have a solo.
You can't forget Asuka.
Asuka gotta have a solo. You know how much I like Asuka. Asuka got to have a solo. Now, come on, don't mess me up here.
That's the Empress.
And Kari Singh. When I seen her, I was like, I could see why she called herself a princess pirate and all this. I thought she was pretty cool. And of course, my girl Asuka. I'm waiting for Asuka to come back.
Pretty cool. That's all Kari's saying is pretty cool.
Anyway, I'm waiting for Asuka to come back. I'm waiting for Asuka to come back, please. Asuka, hurry up and come back. And I like Naomi, and of course, I like Jade Cargill. I mean, it's I seen her in AEW, and I'm looking like, Lash Legend. I like Nikita Lyons. I like, but Nikita, you staying hurt, girl? Where you at? Come on now, come on. You know what I'm saying? I think I would have to watch a little bit more of Valkyria and Stephanie Valkyria, and I would have to watch a little bit more of Julia to like, because I don't watch NXT as much as you do, but
You've been sleeping.
I do.
But they're not just NXT. They have been wrestling for years.
But I do like what's the girl that just fought Becky?
Lyra Vancura.
Yeah, I like her. She's good. I like dang. Oh, I like Bailey. I like her. I even like I started liking Bailey a whole lot more when she changed up everything. She came back and got rid of that huggable stuff. Like, okay, I'm done with that now. You know.
Now, are you on the skills or just their persona?
I like her skills in the ring, and definitely, if I'm going old school, I like Brett. They didn't call him the best in the world for nothing.
That's the excellence of execution, the best of the world of CM Punk.
No,
get your stuff together, bro.
He called himself that at the same time. No, I like Brett. So, anyways, CM Punk. I'm not a big fan, but I do like his skills in the ring, though. I mean, he gives you something, you know, that Gunther, he grew on me. Once I started really watching, I was like, man, this dude really is like for real good. I definitely cannot stand Logan Paul because I feel that he didn't really work hard like everybody else. You just came in and this and that. I'm the Maverick, and I'm like, man, go on somewhere. I can't stand the dude. Braun Breaker, love Braun Breaker just because when I see him wrestle, I see his dad and his uncle all in one.
Truth be told, I don't see that. I think he surpassed.
No, I mean I'm talking about just in the ring, but he's like he surpassed like what they're doing easily.
No, I'm just saying the skills. Period. Yeah, they got him in there, but the skills.
So with that, and then like going right into our next segment, and even though it's still kind of the same thing, to me, most overrated wrestler, John Cena. I don't see what the heck y'all saying that dude. He is so overrated to me. I mean, looking like, come on, man. You've been there 22 years and you can't change up not one piece of your music. Overrated to me. Hulk Hogan was overrated to me. Couldn't stand Hulk Hogan. I didn't see the whole thing and the point of that. Those are two of the wrestlers I think of that's kind of like just overrated to me. Like, yeah, two of the wrestlers I could think right off rip that's overrated to me. I just don't see the appeal. I really don't. I mean, like, it's funny. Like, I remember our son used to sit here and say, remember about Daniel Bryan? Remember he was a big Daniel Bryan fan? Mommy, he said yes. And, I'm looking like, okay, but.
Actually, he was Roman Reigns.
I thought he liked Daniel Bryan.
No, Roman.
He liked Daniel Bryan at one point.
No, he was just doing the yes, because, he was two. But he always said woman Waynes, as he would say it.
Yeah, but.
That was his favorite.
I know, look. I understand John Cena did all these Make-A-Wish things, and which is awesome and it's great that, you're giving back to the kids, this and that. But, like, ring persona, I think he's just overrated. You? I mean, anybody you could think of?
Yeah, plenty. I agree with you with the Hulk Hogan and the John Cena. That's like the LeBron James of the WWE right now. You over talking, but you whining like a bunch of little cowards out there when you don't get your way. Whining. And I do agree with John Cena when he did the Make-A-Wish Foundation and all that stuff. And I believe that was good. What they do on the outside, I think what a lot of them do is good. You might be mad at me who I said this is overrated, but I'll say it's The Rock.
Please go and break this down because, hey, I enjoyed The Rock in the ring.
Don't get
not
me
overrated.
Wrong. Let me say. Now, when The Rock, they gave him that mic the first time around and he was doing these segments. Yes, they were funny. When he came out and he did his little stuff, it was funny. But I agree with some people when he went kind of Hollywood on him. Because, yeah, he got these few movie roles here and there and then he shot up and he's not a bad actor. I give him that too. But to put him on the pedestal that they did, which surpassed with his heritage of the Samoans and everything, I just felt like, everybody else was kind of work at their craft, whereas he worked enough and then he went off to do what he wanted to do, which was work in Hollywood. And now you're on this pedestal because you're one of the box office biggest people ever. And don't get me wrong, I believe he's a charitable guy. I believe he takes care of his people. I believe he's probably one of the most down-to-earth, genuine people ever. Because for people like that, they know what it's like to be on this side of the money aisle when you're poor and this side when you are a rich man. So he knows how to stay humble. I'll give him that. But it just seems like the overhypeness of what they did a little bit. Or we have to put him, okay, the first movie role we all remember was he had that one little small part.
The Scorpion King.
No, in Mummy Returns before the Scorpion King. He had that little small one line. And everybody like, ooh, we could do the Scorpion King with him and all that stuff. Okay, again, that's good. Next thing you know, I turn around. He's in this movie. He's in that movie. He's a co-star in this movie, that, left, right, here, up, down. Here we go. Up. To the left, to the right. We gonna put him in this movie. We gonna have him to act as this guy. And now, what's the movie he's in now? That you say you didn't even recognize how he looked because of the prosthetics and stuff they put on him?
Oh, it's that movie about the MMA fighter.
Right. So it was just to the point where we couldn't get somebody to look like this guy, so we gonna put the prosthetics on The Rock and make him look like this guy. because you either couldn't find nobody else or you didn't want to find nobody else, whatever the case
Right.
may be. I don't know the situation or why they decided to do that. But it just seemed like to me, like during that time when you was talking about the actresses and back in the 90s and how they had one actress that was playing every
Yeah.
single role, like they had Angela Bassett playing all these
everybody's
roles.
mom.
She did every year at least. She was in a movie. Angela Bassett was one of the names you can say throughout the 90s.
Right.
This was like the same thing. It was Dwayne. Okay, you mean to tell me there's not another guy that's 6'5", a little muscle bound that could take this role on?
Right.
That could possibly be a good actor? No, he's like, ooh, he good for this movie. Let's put him here. So that's what I meant by the overratedness. I'm not saying he is a bad person, and I don't think he is.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that he didn't work for what he got. I'm not saying that either. He worked his butt off.
I didn't think he was overrated.
I think he is.
That's your opinion.
Yes.
You stick to your opinion. As a matter of fact, because you're sticking to your opinion, ladies and gentlemen, just don't mind me and her. This is how we talk at home all the time. You can walk home.
Next pick that I have, Hulk Hogan. I thought he was overrated too.
You heard what I said?
Again, we were talking about overrated picks. That we work on that later.
Really?
Yes, really. Can I finish?
Finish drinking on your Coca-Cola. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Now, Hulk Hogan, I agree with you there, was a bit overrated throughout the 80s. Even to the point that they put him in the movie. And the movie was bad.
Yeah, no holds bars. Suburban Commando. Mm-hmm. Oh gosh.
Mr. Randy. Can you
Mr.
give me one movie that Hulk Hogan was in that was actually good?
No, because he did that one show called Thunder
in Paradise. I remember that too.
Thunder in Paradise. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So to that point, yes. And that's what they did with some people who was popular. They put them in movies or something like that.
Right, yeah.
Knowing they couldn't act. Yeah. They need to know how to do some type of acting. In a sense, I mean, yeah, you come to work and you train, say your prayers and eat your vitamins, and he's probably doing something else, but I'm not going to say that because that's off topic. But what I'm saying is, and I get he seemed like the all-American type of guy at the end, which is probably why they used him like they did. So, fine. I'm going to give an honorable mention here. And I'm going to say a person's credit that wasn't due, that should have been one of the top tiers of the people, was one of the best wrestling, the best mouth, the best everything, and that's Roddy Piper.
Oh, yeah, Roddy Piper was good.
I felt like he didn't get his just due because his run in WWE, one thing I noticed, they never put him in a championship match.
No, never.
The closest he had won was the Intercontinental title. He won that, and that was only for a brief second. They never really gave that man a chance, I feel. And he had some of the greatest matches, from even before he was in WWE. But I just felt like that's another one they never really. And Dusty Rhodes was another. Because when all those years of all these matches they had, and then he came to the WWE, and Vince put them polka dots on him. And he really didn't wrestle. They never really gave him a title shot either. And it was just a matter of what was his role, actually. Is it just, to cover the matches or whatever that? Because I just felt like they could have did more with Dusty Rhodes. Because Dusty Rhodes was an icon by the time he even made it to that point.
Well, that was Vince for you. But
yeah, it was just a lot. It was just a lot of people that, I felt, and even today, that need to get their flowers. I'm going to say it again. China. Can y'all please give that woman her flowers? She won the Intercontinental Championship twice. What woman has done that? She was the first woman to enter the Royal Rumble twice.
Speak.
She had many contributions to the WWE, especially for the women. You put her in as DX, fine. Put her in by herself. I really don't understand what that deal is. Give that woman her flowers and put her in the Hall of Fame. You have people in the Hall of Fame, no offense, that don't need to be in there right now. That woman needs to be in there. Put her in. If there is a petition out there, I will sign it, or I will even start it. Let that woman become. She contribute. Even though it was a few years, but she did more in those few years than some women have not done.
They didn't call her the ninth wonder in the world for nothing.
Exactly. There are a lot of women that have made contributions because of how they did the women during that time, but she was in there with the guys. Get that woman her flowers, please, and put her in there. I'll even induct her. Put her in there, please. I don't know who's in charge of that. Put her in. I'm tired of hearing excuses of what she did, done, whatever. Half of them that you have in there done worse than what she did. Put her in there. She contribute to the brand. Who was not buying China merchandise?
I can agree with you on that. She does need a solo. I mean, all the things that she accomplished in a little short period of time she was there. And, you know, it would... It's not right not to have her in there at all. So she does need a solo act, and it should be this and that because, you know, think about it. She did pave the way for what you see most women out here doing nowadays. You know?
Yeah, you see these Amazons. You seen Beth Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
You see Jay Cargill now.
Right.
You see Bianca Belair. You
Rhea
see Ripley. All of them.
Yeah.
She was one of them that shows you could be strong, still be feminine, still be gorgeous, and still out there working it.
Yeah.
And those women too.
She did her thing. Hey,
give it to her, please.
I agree. Why do you think John Cena's overrated?
Oh, why do I think he's overrated? I can't speak for why WWE did what they did and put him and said that he is now the poster child or whatever. The thugonomics and all of that. I thought that was a little too much for one. Nah. And yeah, you did a rap album. Yeah. And yeah, you did some movies that sucked. Yes.
Marine one.
We can keep going on and on with those. That was just one of them.
Right.
And was that Pacemaker?
Peacemaker.
No, it should have been Pacemaker. But the point is, it's like they were trying with him, but you trying to get to the level, I say, where The Rock is. You're not there. You won't be there. I prefer you to do your thing. So whatever works for you. Like if you want to do the hosting thing, if you want to do the commercial thing, and we, you know, probably people that bought hefty bags because of him. I mean, if you want to go back to doing that, you know, by all means, go ahead. Even try at the movies again. Whatever works or whatever. But I don't think he's a good actor. That's just my opinion. So don't get upset. You know, if you are a John Cena fan, don't be getting upset. That's just personally my opinion. You can think differently. That's fine. But for me, I just felt like it was too many shots. Like automatically, you already get a title shot. They did the same thing with Hulk Hogan. Automatically, no matter what it is, you're the number one contender each and every time. Why so? That's why when I see these numbers, when you the 14th time, the 15th time, in this case, the 17th time.
And they want to call him the GOAT. He ain't the GOAT to me.
No. They gave you these chances to be out there because at the time it was your popularity that got you where it is. I would rather you be like the Seth Rollins, the Roman Reigns of them, or anything like that, because in my opinion, or even the Drew McIntyres, because they earned their title shots. They had to go through people to get to that point.
Even though he got his title shots, he's never done what Roman has done.
No.
He's never held the title that damn long.
No, because Roman conquered everybody more than once. So again, you gotta give him his flowers on that too. You conquered every, and most of those matches he did himself without the bloodline.
Right.
Most of those matches he did do. And sometimes there was some interference for the bloodline, but for the most part, Roman conquered that. And he deserved that. But that's my point. You earned it. But for me, I don't think he earned that. It was just another poster boy they put up there because he had the look, mainly. He probably had some skills on the mic. And you put him out there and say, yeah, and everybody seems to like you. So, yeah, we're going to put you out there. But for me, you had to do more than the 5-knuckle shuckle and the you can't see me. Again, at this point, I don't want to see you. It was just more to it than that.
Right.
Like, for example, like I remember people used to get hype with The Rock when he did the most electrifying move, which was
People's elbow.
which was nothing but an elbow drop, really. But you got hype when he took that shoulder pad off, what they call the elbow pad off.
Yeah.
He threw it into the crowd, did his little thing, jumped over them, and one time he had his old shoes on and slid.
Yeah, I remember that. That was cold. That was tight.
And he
had the little Versace shirt on and slid. Yeah,
and he slid in them shoes and bam. That's what I'm talking about, the difference versus you can't see me and then
he won that Texas rattlesnake where he stun you, then I'm gonna drink a beer over you, and everything else.
Yeah, he kicked you in the stomach and stung you. Right. I mean, those are things that's hype. You just didn't know when those moves was going to happen.
Or just like the Undertaker, just when you think you got him beat, he sit right up and look at you, and you like, oh shit.
And to the point that some of them was scared, like they would be running from him.
Yeah,
like I don't even want to wrestle him no more.
I got you.
But that's what I'm talking about, that overratedness. And like I said, I don't think that was solely on him. That was the company itself.
Right.
And not to say, probably in real life, he's probably, again, one of the sweetest guys, one of the most things. But I'm basically talking about his character in the ring. I'm talking about the persona in the ring. I don't know him personally, so I can't comment on that. But I'm just commenting on what I see in the ring and what the company did. It was a little overrated to me.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, you heard it right here from the wife. She said to put China into the Hall of Fame. I totally agree with what she's saying. Well, about that, we're going to get ready to wrap it up here, ladies and gentlemen. Just before we get up out of here, I just want to let you know, if you are in the Northwest Indiana and you want to talk wrestling and you have wrestle gear, any belts, anything like that, and you want to come on and join us and talk, by all means, please do. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see someone go back and forth with my wife with it comes to wrestling knowledge and history, because she's like a dang on encyclopedia, which I laugh about it all the time. I don't watch it all the time with her, but the big main stuff, I do watch it, and I really actually prefer to go to a live event based watch it on TV. So if you're in Northwest Indiana and you want to talk wrestling, by all means, please hit us up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, recommend the videos to family and friends. We are on Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, TikTok. Please, all means, give us a shout out. Trying to boost those numbers up, boost the ratings up. And like I said, it'd be good to have more people here to hear what they got to say about the WWE. But just in wrestling general, I think we're going to have to change that up and just not talk about the WWE, because there are AEW wrestlers out there that people like. There are TNA wrestlers, people out there like. So we need to open it up all the way around and, come out here and join us. With that being said, peace, be blessed. Please have a safe day, safe, enjoyable night out there. And we'll check y'all later. Deuces.
Hi.